What is going on, guys? It's Matt here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Identisk Island and the entire event. But before we get to that, this Maple Memo came out yesterday already, a little bit after my video went up. I didn't really feel like making a brand new video, but I'm going to mention it right here. Boys, we've won the battle, but not the war. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, they have decided that they are going to remove the Soul Urta cap. We're going to keep the daily quest, by the way. They're going to be removing the Soul Urta cap, and they are also not releasing the Soul Urta booster at this time. Now, I mean, that means they, like, just not immediately. With 6 job, they could do it like a month later or whatever if they wanted to. I know there's a lot of pushback for the Soul Urta booster as well. But that's not to say that a lot of people wouldn't buy it, right? But the biggest thing is that they are removing the cap. And to be fair, if you read this memo yourself, they did offer a lot of insight and transparency as to like what their thought process was of all of this. It's just that we could have known this a little bit sooner, you know? Just a little bit sooner before everything kind of unfolded. And it would have been nice for us, like in the Bean Brigade and content creators, to have known this beforehand so we could explain it to people, right? Instead of just like creating all this, you know, hubbub. But anyways, maybe that's what they wanted. It is what it is, and they are removing the Soul Urta daily cap, Pog. Unfortunately, the gap between people that have frenzy totems and don't have frenzy totems is still in the game. Frenzy totems are not pullable. They're not in Philos. They're not in Marvel. And only the person with the frenzy totem will have the effect apply in the instance maps, right? In Grandis Plus, and they still work fine and normally, you know, below that. So this is a huge blow, not to just you know, like free to play or whatever, but this is just a huge blow to people that rely on frenzy service, and those even whales. You know, you are whale gapped now, because like, why would you want to sell your totem to someone else when you need it, you know? So now it has, honestly, at least temporarily until February 6th, unless we get instance maps, you know, forever, or we continue to get them. Temporarily, it seems like, you know, there's going to be that gap. But the silver lining is that Jade has acknowledged this, and our community manager, Jade has acknowledged this, and they are going to be, you know, kind of looking into it. I don't know what that means, but, you know, they're going to continue to talk about that, which is good. You know, it's a little reassuring. It's good. And the other thing is Grandis Familiars, right? And yeah, Grandis Familiars, also Vera has acknowledged that on the Reddit, and they want to open up, you know, a discussion. I mean, they should have been already, but, you know, more of a discussion, and just continue to talk about familiars in general, and hopefully how we can improve familiars in our game, because it's something that KMS doesn't have, and it's something that is a very integral part of our version of the game, right, in GMS, and we want to see familiars be a little less tedious, a little less annoying, and obviously in Grandis, right? So yeah, Maple Memo, huge dub. Congratulations to everyone who fought for this, you know. And, you know, thank you to everyone who spoke up about it. And let's get into Identisk Island now. We are back, and let's talk about Identisk Island, all right? First of all, how do we get there, right? How do we get to the event? Well, you're going to go to your start tab. You got to be 101 or higher and accept the Identisk quest. That will take you over to Identisk Island, all right? Once you are here, talk to One and Aqua. Okay, I'm doing this a little bit differently this time. We have the camera, by the way, you know, and this is like a lot less scripted. So give me some feedback. You know, do you prefer something like this? Well, after I guess you've watched the entire video, or do you prefer something a bit more like concise, like a bit more scripted and more like, you know, to the point? So that aside, okay, we're gonna accept these 2 quests from these 2 individuals, right? Just you can spam NPC chat if you want. Bada bing, bada boom. That'll give you access, you know, to this exploration as well. And yeah, and then we're also going to accept the Identisk gift as well from the statue right now for those temp stats. You definitely want to accept that. especially on every other character that you have as well. Okay, so now let's talk about the in-depth and basic exploration, right? To do your basic exploration, it's very simple. All you gotta do is click this button. That's it. There's no killing, there's no runes, there's no, portals, there's nothing like that, okay? All you gotta do is just click this button, bada bing, bada boom, you get your reward for the day, okay? Really good rewards. The first day you get like 30 of these 2x 30-minute coupons, right? We get a 60-day prepared pendant of spirit later in the week. A bunch of honor, a bunch of symbols, 3 mag pots, 40 bonk potions. Really insane. Like bro, it gotta do nothing. All you gotta do is log in and click a button, okay, for these daily rewards. Okay, and then I've seen people ask like, the difference between Iden and Tisk. Like, how do I start Tisk? Right, once you complete Iden, you will start Tisk. Okay, it goes in order. You can't just like skip over to the next exploration. As for the in-depth, this is also very simple. All you need to do is kill 2,000 mobs 3 times a week. Okay, hence why there's only like like three of these options, right? And again, just like Iden and Tisk, once you complete all of Iden, you will get access to Tisk, and then you go from there. Again, really good rewards. A lot of flames, especially black flames, right? A lot of flames, a lot of cubes. Legendary pot scrolls. I think this is for event rings only. EXP nodes, right? Good stuff. Make sure you do it. 2,000 mobs, all right? 3 times a week, and then also make sure you click the button to make sure you submit it, okay? And I believe this resets on Wednesday in game, right? Pretty sure about that. Once you do your in-depth exploration, by the way, Citizen, you also get points for the Identisk gift, right? You will get 10 points for doing your first and second, 2,000 kills for the week, and then 30 for the third during Iden, right? So let's just go back here, right? So for the first and second check-in of the week, you get 10 points, and then for the third one, you will get 30. During Iden exploration. During Tisk exploration, you will get 20 points for the first and second check-in, and then 40 for the third. Okay, my recommendation, it really depends on what your focus is on, right? If you're going to be more focused on grinding, go for normal monster damage and EXP. Maybe you need the extra crit rate as well, or maybe you're just having a little bit of a hard time training in Arcane River areas. That is fine too, right? If you're bossing, mainly focus on boss damage and IED. If you're an archer, crit rate is also really good. Buff duration if you're like an explorer mage and whatnot. I would recommend probably going up to level 4. It depends on how many skills you're going to want to have. You can have a mix of both, like grinding and bossing as well. But it really just depends on like how many skills you plan to have. So I would recommend going up until level 4 and then just going from there, right? Okay. Next, let's talk about the rest of the NPCs, right? I'm not too big of a fan on minigames, but Orin here for the Aqua adventure, right? It is still really good, right? If you want to accept it and whatnot. You play minigames, the minigame will change, right? Depending on when you see this video. And you do get EXP points, right? The same as we got from Wongsteron and recently from Magic Slate. You can get 1,000 EXP points 3 times a week, right? So that's 3,000 EXP points, and I believe that also resets at Wednesday in game. That's usually when event resets are, like when we talk about main events, unless it's like actual weekly reset. It's usually Wednesday in game, right? The day before weekly boss reset. So yeah, you can get a lot of EXP tickets here, or EXP points, and they're really good for getting mules to level 210, right? Or even more. But very good to use that on, and if you want to focus, and there's also other rewards as well, but if you want that EXP, it's there for you to get it, right? And then Food Storehouse is really, really good, and I'm just gonna go in here just to kind of like not I guess show it, right? But over here you can enter once per day and 3 times per week. Basically, there's a time limit, but you can kill up to 1,000 mobs if you have Evan Link for extra rune duration. you will be able to do all 1000 mobs, or you should be able to do all 1000 mobs in just one rune. So make sure you get every single kind of EXP buff possible, and this is available for, you know, levels 101 to 260. Really good if you want to get characters, you know, to 210, again, like level 3 links and whatnot. Or if you just want to be able to like level up your boss mules a little bit, you know, very good for the early levels. But even if you just want to get up, you know, boss mules, you know, until like 225, 230 or whatever, you know, you can do this event, grab some EXP buffs and then log off and whatnot. So really, really good. And this will last like throughout the entire event as well. It will eventually change to like the Tisk portion. So that instead of like ice golems, there'll be like fire golems, flame golems or whatever. So there will be that, right? And I think that's pretty much it. I guess the different NPCs will kind of change, right, depending on when it is during the event. It's like the minigame NPC might change and whatnot, so I would just look out for that accordingly. Yeah. So once we're done with Iden, you know, we're gonna go to the Tisk side, and they have their own NPCs, right, that you're going to be focusing on. Aside from that, we have the coin shops, right? So let's go over the win coin shop first, which is the weekly coin shop. All right, you can get 12,000 coins per week, and if you want to know how it goes, like, you know, breakdown wise, it tells you over here in the UI which boss gives how many coins, right? And essentially, you just want to kill as many bosses as possible, as many difficulties of the boss as possible, right? Because not just killing like Chaos Zakum, you could also do like normal and easy and whatever, and you know, you'll get coins for that, right? And then try to get as many coins as you can. The rewards are really, really good. These VIP buff selector coupons are very good, not only from this coin shop, but also from the other shops as well. Because you can either choose a 30-minute 15% EXP buff, or a 60-minute, like 1 hour stat buff that gives like 15 all stat attack, 15 boss and IED, and whatnot. So that might be like the little push you need in order to be able to do some kind of boss. Really, really good. The droplets here are very worth it as well, depending on like, you know, where you are in your progression. But this is essentially almost like one armor piece, so I would highly recommend getting the droplets from here. And then just the amount of like flames that we get, 250 black flames, 200 eternals, right? 300 special medal of honor. It's insane. The symbols do go up to Shangri-La. I don't know if they're also going to include Arteria and Carcion. I'm not 100% sure about that, but they do include up to, I probably should know, but they do include up to Shangri-La, which is really nice. Depending on the area, you know, it differs depending on how much is available. I believe you can get up to 40 Shangri-La symbols, right? But essentially from this shop, it depends on where you are in your progression. Buy the droplets, this buff as needed, right? Highly recommend. Focus on the black and eternal flames, okay? And honor if you need it, right? But definitely focus on the symbols, okay? Symbols first. Symbols first, and droplets, okay? The Meso Shop, oh, man, Meso Shop's a meme. All right, nobody's buying 750 mil black flames, okay? It's cheaper in reg server, but ain't nobody buying 750 mil black flames in reboot, okay? But there are a lot available this time around, so, you know, maybe for some people, if you're rich. 30 Eternals only for some reason, but 200 black flames, okay. Fairheart's still it's still 4 bill, but it's still very worth it. Would highly recommend for you to buy this Fairyheart. Might be difficult for some people, but would recommend. And then you also have an Android, right? Because if you have a heart, you might not necessarily have an Android. So there's an Android as well for 600 mil. I probably would go with the Varus Hiloroid, you know, personally. And there's some other NX outfits that you might be interested in as well. But from this shop, definitely the Fairyheart. Buy yourself an event Android if needed, okay? And if you're crazy, buy the Black Flames. And then finally, we have the Sunlight coin shop, right? From this shop, again, droplets. It's only 20 of each this time, but if you combine that with the Wind coin shop, you basically have like 1 arcane armor piece right there, or you're like, you know, more than halfway to like a weapon, you know, if you care about that as well. There's more VIP selector coupons, right? So definitely buy as needed. Daily 2x coupons, really good as well. A daily hyper rock, if needed, right? A trait boost potion, 10 of them. Okay, I thought it was just like 2 or whatever. 10 trait boost potions. Really good, especially if you want to max out, you know, your traits. But definitely if you want to get that level 30 charm, right, for your pocket slot. And that's kind of about it, I would say, right? Nothing else here, at least personally, like stands out to me that you should buy. So buy what you want as needed. You know, maybe you need the slot coupons or whatever. You want to use them with your coins, but save your coins for definitely the VIP buffs, right? Which do reset weekly, by the way. And then 2x coupons, because you're going to need them all the time. Everyone's going to keep asking, how do I get 2x coupons, right? Sorry, buy them here. And that 1 trait boost potion, right? You can buy epic potential scrolls if you need them, especially in Hyperion. You know, you might be running, you know, low on pot scrolls, depending on what you might need it for. They're here, right? Stamps as well, which you can buy from Meso, so that's not too bad. And then as well as when you accept all these quests, when you're grinding, you get like a skill that gives you more EXP. You know, you'll kill a certain amount of mobs. You can activate it 30 times a day per character, and that persists throughout the entire event, you know, through New Age. So nothing really changes there, but extra EXP while you're grinding as well, from that event skill that you get. Do I have it here? Yes, here. Rambunctious Iden Friends. This might change for Tisk, right? But essentially, yeah, you kill mobs, big explosion, get more EXP, you know, and that's about it. So I think that's pretty much it for this event. You know, what to focus on. Make sure you're doing your exploration, right? Put in your points as needed. Do the food storehouse, do the mini game as well, you know, if you want the EXP points as well, additional EXP points for your main or for your mules. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple event, you know, nothing too complicated, but I hope this helped you out just a little bit. Maybe something to focus on in the coin shop. So let me know if you like this type of event explanation, or if you kind of prefer, like, you know, the older one. I mean, teach their own, right? But I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you guys for making it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Big thanks to Rooney, Eric Guritti, Justisu, I Love Apple, the JP, Joshua Alvarez, Pete Colnier, Mr. On Arc, Restrict, Little Joke, Young Maddie, Colin is Hyper, Chifuyu, Zero Divides by You, Alan Tang, Justin Miranda, Neon Angel 11, and Tails Cursebed for being members and supporting the channel. Click that join button down below if you'd like to become a member and support the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.